Okay, we are live, and I actually got my notification, and so we're gonna go ahead and start our recording of our podcast today. And thank you for joining us here on our YouTube channel here at Behind the Ears Podcast. So here we go. So
hold on.
Okay, well, hold on.
I'm trying to share it to people.
Okay, he's gonna try to share it to people. I'm gonna try to share it to people.
Oh, it does work like that. Okay.
Yeah. Whoop, there it is. Links. YouTube page.
Ah! Oh, Friday wrong.
Did I hear you say that we're ready to roll?
No, you didn't.
Oh.
But nice try. I give you credit. Don't sass me. All right. Posting. Now. It's just the picture is you like.
Yeah. I'm like, oh man. I could fortunately change the icon for it later, because it's like no one really wants to click on a video with me going,
oh, why not? I think it's fantastic. Okay.
You know, it's kind of like when you press the pause button while watching the news in the morning and they go like, bleh.
Okay. All right.
Okay, well, everybody, here we go. And so
3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of, well, it's Behind the Ears Podcast. I am your host, Uncle Danny. Alongside of me tonight, my co-host, Mr. Chris. Chris, how we doing on this late evening?
Hey, Holly, what's up, guys? It's us tonight, coming to you live on YouTube as well as recorded on our podcast. This is actually a special episode of our podcast. We're actually going to release it on Thanksgiving. So if you are listening to this after you've consumed tons of turkey and or other good stuff on Thanksgiving, we appreciate that you're actually tuning into us now as you're, going through the post-Thanksgiving feast bloat. And so as we're sitting here and we're thinking about Thanksgiving, and we're just really wanted to say that we're thankful for you, all of our guests that join us several times a week, we actually are going to talk a little bit about Black Friday. That's right, Black Friday, a tradition that goes back I don't know how long, basically to buy a bunch of stuff. That's really cool. And we're more or less specifically going to talk about some things that we saw available at like either the Disney store or other Disney type of products, and what kind of sales they got going on, some of the hottest things that everybody's going to be looking for, but also not just those kinds of items. What can you do to get the things that you wanted to get for your family, but can't get it elsewhere? So it's going to be an interesting show. As always, our shows are unscripted, so who knows what's going to come up. But Danny, let me tell you something.
Okay.
And for the past several years, I've actually worked at the Disney store the day after Thanksgiving. And it's just that one single day. I don't know. I call myself, they call us DATs, day after Thanksgiving cast members. And it's kind of cool is that, so I get my one shift a year, and it's awesome. The store that I work with at the store that my wife works at, and they are absolutely wonderful there. So a shout out to that cast over there. You guys are the best. But it can get kind of nutty standing on the floor at the Disney store day after Thanksgiving. I remember when Frozen first came out. Ooh. Oh, I was in charge of stocking almost all the Frozen stuff. That was epic. You know what made it so great? I was so busy, I had no idea what time it was. And wow. It was great. I remember one guy coming up to me saying, I need 12 Kristoff dolls. I'm like, what?
Okay.
Because like Kristoff? You do realize that, Anna, Elsa, they're more popular. No, Kristoff. I'm like, okay. Um, so it's really kind of interesting when you try to help guests find what they need. And some of the biggest stuff that I saw on the Disney Store website, it's still, hey, Frozen is still a big thing. They have an Arendelle Castle that I think is going to be on sale for about 80 bucks, which I remember when my daughter was young, she liked to play with stuff like, different Barbie type sets and this, that, and the other. They didn't have cool stuff like this yet. But also what I thought was even cooler was that they have an Arendelle Castle that's done by Lego. That's right. It's not just a cool toy that's frozen themed, but you gotta put it together.
Lovely.
Some assembly required.
A lot of assembly required.
Well, all I have to say is that, the some assembly required are the 3 words no father wants to really know about. And Lord knows, I can't tell you how many times I stayed up to the wee hours of the morning trying to put something together for my kids on Christmas Eve. So glad that we're beyond that now, but still, Lego sets. I mean, I don't know if you can get that at the brick and mortar Lego or Disney stores, but they have that on DisneyStore.com. And I thought to myself, man, that is so cool. That's part of the Lego. Lego has like a princess line of Lego sets, which I think is kind of cool. I'm a big Lego fan. Why can't you have Lego sets for girls? I think that's really cool.
Well, I mean, they do technically have something for boys. Like the hot Lego one. I mean, it's been out for a little while, but it seems to be making a comeback here for the Christmas holiday, and that's the 4,080 piece Walt Disney Cinderella Castle.
Oh, yes.
As of right now, it is selling for $193.88.
Really? I thought when it came out, it was like almost $300.
It was. Now this is off of eBay. So
really,
take it for what it's worth. It's no shipping either. So
now, if it's off of eBay, was it already put together?
No, it's in the box, never opened. It's up for ages 16 and up.
Well, I suppose that after a while, you got to have the patience of an older child in order to figure that out.
4,000 pieces is a lot.
That's I mean, I have seen on Facebook that there have been people that would try to put that together, and it would take days, if not weeks, working at a little bit at a time to finally put that together. I don't know if I don't think that's the same one, but last winter, the Museum of Science and Industry downtown Chicago had a whole Lego display. It was called Brick by Brick, and what was really cool about it is that the very last piece that they had was Cinderella Castle, and it was absolutely stunning. And they said that it was the most tweeted and most Instagrammed picture ever with that was associated with the museum.
Really?
It was stunning, absolutely stunning. But I don't think it was the same caliber of set that you can buy commercially now, because I think this had. I'm gonna have to look back, so don't get guests. Please don't yell at me if I get this wrong. But I think it was like 30,000 pieces. Yeah, I mean, it was absolute. I mean, the details were just immense. I remember seeing it for the first time. I was just walking around the corner. I turn over and I look at them like, oh my gosh, this was just worth the price of admission, big time. That was really pretty epic. So, But yeah, Disney Lego stuff. Like I know that my son just absolutely loves like Star Wars, which is still Disney now. Star Wars Lego sets and things like that. So definitely something I liked. I love Legos. I love to play Legos. In fact, I know this isn't Disney, but I have here with me. Oops, on my desk, I have the double-decker couch from the Lego movie.
Why do you have that?
My son gave this to me.
Okay.
And so we put it together and it sits on my desk here at work, and it's really cool. So I got, I got President Business. I got the gas guy. Oh no, this guy here I got from the Legoland in downtown Disney in California Adventure or near California Adventure Disneyland, and a spaceship guy, and of course there's Emmett. But yeah, double decker couch so you can watch TV with all your buddies.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I've never seen the Lego movie, so I have no idea.
Oh, while I know it's not a Disney thing, it is an absolutely, it's a really super cool movie.
It kind of is a Disney thing, though.
Yeah, so
I mean, they have the huge Lego store in Disney Springs.
I know it is actually really pretty cool. But yeah. So anyway, what else? What kind of things did you find as well?
There's been like I said about the castle. We've seen. I saw that castle. Then I saw another thing. It was came out this year, 2016. Disney World Park Cinderella Castle playset with Mickey and Minnie. This one is selling for, once again, cheapest I found was on eBay, $132.95. It's a whole playset. It comes with Mickey, Minnie, Cinderella. It's pretty interesting. It seems like they're going very heavy on the castles this year.
Well,
and I'm a little surprised with that.
I think actually, yeah, I can see that though. But I think it kind of gives, I think especially the ones that open up, they give something a little bit more to do, other than just here's a castle, play around it. Here's a castle, play in it now. Especially when it comes with the figures and things like that. I mean, a lot of those figures are really kind of cool. Granted, I know that some of them actually some people actually buy them. Adults actually buy them because they collect them.
Yeah. Well, they actually, and anybody on the West Coast or might prefer Disneyland or maybe want something a little different than Disney World, they actually do offer the Sleeping Beauty Castle from Disneyland Park.
There you go.
You can also find products from Disney's channel, Elena, and I always mess her name up.
Elena of Avalor.
There you go. She now has a play set.
Oh, and also I looked online, and actually my wife was mentioning that there's a character named Skylar, which I believe is like a tiger of some sort, that talks, that is actually supposedly going to be a really big hit. That actually seemed kind of cool for those that like talking figures of sorts. Supposedly it says 11 different things.
Oh, wow.
I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so what I did was I tried the, I searched Toys R Us. I searched all places like that. But then I was like, you know what? Let me see what I can find that, you can strictly buy inside of downtown Disney, any of the Disney parks. Mm-hmm. And of course, the biggest thing I found was going to be they've got a huge selection of Rogue One.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you got to remember, it's coming in theaters. What is it? December 15th, 16th?
December 15th. Yeah.
So.
Oh, I'm sorry. 16th. That's the Friday, the
16th. I had noticed they had, I'm going to butcher this, but they have some shirts, women, men's. They have one that was pretty popular. It seemed to be flying off the shelves. Just a blue shirt. It says Star Wars Rogue One on it. They have a shirt with a gentleman on it. Don't know his name, so I'm not going to kill it. The other one is, I have to zoom in on the picture. Okay. CP3O? Is that what? How is it?
C3PO.
Yeah, well, I guess he has buddies now. He's got some friends. There's a whole box set of 4 of them. And that was pretty cool. I mean, if you're into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Danny has yet to see the Star Wars movies. So will you please send him an email at behindtheearspodcast@gmail.com and encourage him. Or better yet, I'll tell you what, send me some money and I will make sure he gets a copy of the whole box set and that he watches it all throughout the winter season. So if you can do that, just let me know. I'll help make it happen.
I apologize. And what is it called? The Death Star? Is that the big golf ball looking thing with the dent in the middle? I'm pretty sure that's like a pillow or.
No, wait. If the Death Star is the golf ball, and some people call Spaceship Earth the golf ball, does that make Spaceship Earth the Death Star?
I mean, I've seen a lot of memes with that like that. So, I mean, but no, listen, I can understand why people call it the giant golf ball in Disney. I
Mhm.
don't like it, but most people are not Disney fans like I am or you are, or some of our listeners are. So I can get on board with that. I'm not a Star Wars fan, so to me, it's the giant golf ball with the dent in the middle.
The giant golf ball into the middle.
So, with that being said, before I get any more hate mail, I'm going to continue on. There's actually I'm considering buying this. You can find a signature puzzle, including one that's inspired by Pirates of the Caribbean attraction.
What kind of signature puzzle? Because my daughter is huge into puzzles.
It's 1,000 piece. I'm trying to see. The picture's very grainy. I can't make out the picture. I'm not going to butcher that. I will look that up throughout the show, and I'll get back to you on what that puzzle looks like.
Well, because I mean, my daughter is huge into puzzles, especially with my wife as well. And we actually have a number of Disney puzzles made that were actually like Thomas Kincaid pictures. Um, and they have Disney characters in them and so on. And we actually mount them and put them inside of frames as artwork in our house. In fact, we just redid our dining room, and it actually has some of those beautiful Thomas Kincaid puzzles actually as pictures now. So I personally think if you got an older kid, or you're a kid at heart, an adult wise that loves puzzles, those are the kinds of things that if you can find them online. You could also usually find them in the Disney Parks app. Um, get those because they're really a lot of fun. Um, and let me rephrase that. I'm myself not a big puzzle person. I'll go ahead and say that, but I really love how they turn out, and I love how they look as artwork. So I'll go
Okay,
ahead and mention that.
that's fair. To stay on the whole inside the Disney park thing, um, they have it's a small world theme bag. Different. It's a drawstring bag. Neat looking. If I can't, obviously you guys are in the same room with me, so you can't see it, but just Google it. It's a small world theme product. It's interesting. They also have a lot of 45th anniversary stuff. They
Mm.
have the ears that are out. It looks like they have all the old stamps on a white hat. The stamps are in blue, and then it's the typical 45th anniversary logo on the front. Very nice. They offer luggage tags. They offer sleeping masks, all with the 45th anniversary or It's a Small World. This is what I'm excited for. It's a haunted mansion themed picture book with CD. Let that soak in for a minute,
Now, when
people.
you say picture book, are you talking about, is it like an adult coloring book?
Well, if you recall the Disney Parks blog articles, they have a poster art of the Disney Parks and the Magic Kingdom storybook. Today they added the new one, which is the Haunted Mansion attraction. It's part of the series of the Disney publishing called Disney Parks Presents. Uh, Recently spoke with Eric Garan. He's the associate editor of it. I was just reading the article. Here, this is the Disney press release from it. Disney Parks Presents is a series of picture books with CDs and the original artwork based on the beloved Disney Park ride and attraction. The book is a fantastic way for readers to relive classic Disney attractions from the comfort of their own home or to experience the ride for the first time. That's
Okay,
pretty cool.
that's
Yeah,
kind of cool.
it is. It's basically like I don't want to use the word child's book because I don't think that's a fair analogy for it. But as I'm going through it, it's basically you're going through the ride and they're just storytelling.
Okay, I think
It's
that's kind of cool.
32 pages. Um, yeah, it's not something like, oh my God, I need to run out and buy it, but I'm not gonna lie, it's a good stocking stuffer. Maybe a little bit more expensive than a typical stocking stuffer. But I mean, if you just need like a little like, if your kids are into Disney, and maybe you brought your one kid a little bit more than the other, and you're looking for that one little piece to kind of make it a little more even or put you over the top, and they enjoy Haunted Mansion, I think it's pretty cool.
Excellent. I want to go back to Star Wars for a second.
Oh God.
I know. Sorry. These will be the last two items that that I saw. They have a remote control BB-8. Now, Danny, I know you may not necessarily know who BB-8 is.
That's the ball guy that came out for the D23. That's the only reason why I know.
The ball guy. Okay.
He's white and orange, right?
And the PayPal account for Danny's donation of movies can be also sent to behindtheearspodcast@gmail.com. So they have a remote control BB-8, and it's actually a wireless remote, type of thing where you can actually control him and he walks around and stuff like that. I saw it demonstrated over at the Disney store, and it's really, really cool. I myself love remote control type stuff. My biggest problem is that I'm sure that if I got something like that, I would be like running over the previously aforementioned Lego kits with it. That would be actually kind of cool. Also, they have some big Star Wars action figure sets. And some people actually have been calling them collector's items, but there's like the Star Wars mega figure play set, and there's like 20 pieces. And currently it's on sale over at on the Disney Store website for like $40. And that sounds like a lot for action figures, but it's 20 different pieces. And, I think that if you are a collector of Star Wars memorabilia, you like to have things like that. Heck, I have a ton of plush and stuff like that. So it's like, of all different kind of characters. Why, if I was a big Star Wars fan, I am a big Star Wars fan. I just don't have a lot of the memorabilia. That would actually be kind of cool. And speaking of plush, supposedly they have a jumbo Baymax now, for type of thing. And I'm like, okay, I don't think I would have anywhere to put a jumbo Baymax.
You tape them on your ceiling.
No, because with my luck, I tape them on the ceiling, and then eventually the tape would fall off. It would hit something, it would break, and then I'd be like, "Thanks, Baymax.
Yeah,
thanks a lot."
Go in the corner.
Yeah, go in the corner. I mean, the biggest plush I have. Okay, I'll take that back. I do have a 4-foot tall Mickey Mouse.
What? All right. If you can remember, how much did you pay for that?
It was during my very first trip when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and I think it was back then. It was like $50 or something like that.
Yeah, I guarantee it'd probably be over $200 now. Easy.
Oh, guarantee it. And the thing is, I still have him.
That's cool.
And I remember, trying to put him under the seat in front of me, on the airplane coming home. But he's the second biggest one. He's the first biggest one. My second biggest one that I have is George Sanderson from Monsters Incorporated.
Oh, okay.
The big orange guy that gets to 2319. Yeah, he's sitting there in the corner. He's got a DVC hat sitting on top of his head. And, he's followed by Olaf, which I got last year, and a couple different Mickeys I got from my kids, and of course Figment. I have a Figment, and then anyway, I got others. I got a whole bunch, but I'm a big plush guy. I like plush. I think they're cool. I
want to digress for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
I have not seen Frozen. Okay.
Oh my God.
I was gonna watch it. I was interested in it. I wanted to get away from the hype a little bit. So I was honestly getting ready to watch it until I watched Once Upon a Time. And now I don't think I can watch Frozen and have the same expectations of, because from what I hear and what I've seen and know of, Once Upon a Time puts on a more adult, twisted theme of Disney characters. And I'm afraid it's going to ruin Frozen for me.
No, I don't think so.
It doesn't?
No, because I've seen the episodes for which you speak of, and no, I don't think it ruins it at all. And it's a totally different.
It's not the same storyline, though, right?
No, it's not, not at all.
And I think that's what's going to bother me. I'm saying is the fact of I was a huge Pinocchio fan as a kid. My mom used to read it to me all the time. We actually have Pinocchio books that are in Italian that my mom used to read to me.
There you go.
I love Pinocchio 10 times more now after watching Once Upon a Time because he's such a
character, no pun intended.
Yeah, I was going to use a different word, but I like his style better.
Well, I will say that you start talking about Once Upon a Time and how the characters go down different paths and stuff like that, and you always and those the first several seasons of Once Upon a Time, you tend to watch because you want to know what the characters are going to do next, because you're still comparing them to the characters that we know and love in the movies and stuff like that. Can't always do that in the TV show because they do take different twists. So
Oh yeah.
Do watch it though. Well, I'm sorry, you were going to say something.
No. I love it, and I want to actually do a review on it. So I don't want to say I don't want to give away too much of the next thing because I'm not sure exactly how long it took other people to realize what I realized. But Rumpelstiltskin, I didn't realize was like 3 characters in one.
Okay, I can understand.
It took me till season 3 when I sat down. I was like, wait a minute, hold on a second. But anyway, I digress. Back to Star Wars.
No problem. But yeah, so they have that mega happy playset, remote control BB-8.
Toys R Us has a 12-inch, so it's a foot tall stormtrooper. I know what they are, the white guys, the robot defenders. They're all white. That didn't you make a joke the other day that they miss everything? Or yeah, I pay attention. Yeah, he's on sale for, I saw at Toys R Us, $29.95.
I haven't been into a Toys R Us in quite some time.
That's probably a good thing.
I'm surely not going in there now. Oh no. In fact, I from now, basically outside of my one shift at the Disney store, I will not go near the mall if I can absolutely help it until like mid-January. And that's really pretty sad because I like to go to Sam's Club.
Yeah.
I like to go stuff like that. But anyway, so also, I thought of this too. And I'll give credit where credit is due. My wife made mention that with the release of Moana this weekend, that you can almost guarantee that the stuff that's Moana related is all going to go through the roof. It's going to be in high demand, and I know they've got like animator dolls, talking figures, that they're going to have plush.
I think they dropped the ball with that, though.
What do you say that?
I would have, if I was Disney, I mean, I don't know if it was marketably possible. I would have put it out before Black Friday.
Well, actually, I think some of it's out now, but I
meant the movie.
Well,
you gotta remember, I got kicked out of the Disney store how many months ago? And that's because I was filming the Moana stuff.
But wait a second. You say that, and I just saw a video today with some guy right at some Disney store right at the beginning. He was on Facebook Live, and he recorded his whole entire time there, grabbing some animator items.
Maybe I just had the wrong person on a bad day. Could have happened. Maybe every store is different. I mean, I wouldn't assume every store is different. I would assume it's one standard, which I never understood because it's public trading. I mean, it's a public company, and I don't know.
I do not know what the policy is, but that's okay. But anyway, again, I digress in this case. But I think, the thing is that after Thanksgiving starts the official holiday movie season.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, if you would have done it a couple weeks ago, there was really nothing hot going on movie-wise, and it may have been kind of a fizzle by the time the holiday movie season starts. And then if you think about it, in only a few weeks, you've got Rogue One as well. You got to have Moana get her first run in before Rogue One starts.
Yeah.
That type of thing. And I'm pretty sure that once Rogue One comes out, all the Rogue One stuff is going to be really hot. To grab for Christmas holiday season.
I don't see a spike. I really don't.
The thing is that I think there will be a spike in Star Wars stuff in general, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Time will tell, because I think a lot of times the Star Wars stuff is probably purchased more online than in the stores, but there's also other places that have the Star Wars, type play sets and this, that, and the other, because it's not just a Disney store. I mean, I would buy it from the Disney store before going into a Toys R Us, to be very honest with you. Toys R Us may have it cheaper, but I don't like to go into Toys R Us. but we'll have to just we'll just have to see on what's going to
This show brought to you
come
by
out.
Toys R Us.
It doesn't sound like it if you think the way we're talking about it. But no, it's just it's just one of those things. I mean, between those two, I mean, Moana, I think, is going to be a general.
I think it's going to be a hit.
Oh, I think so too. I've been seeing different clips, trailers and stuff for it, and it just looks really good. And I know we're going to try to go see it this weekend. I'll admit we'll probably try to, get a Sunday morning,
That's
matinee,
what I was looking at doing.
type of thing. And, we get there about a half an hour before show starts. You get the big Mongo bucket of popcorn. You eat what, a couple of buckets of popcorn before the movie starts.
No,
well,
there's four of you.
Well, there's four of us, yeah. So
I'm thinking just me. I'm like, oh.
Well, if you eat 2 big buckets of popcorn, you yourself, before the movie starts, you deserve what you get there, young man. Anyway, but so those are some of the things I was looking at. But myself, other Disney stuff. I know that last year I got a pair of Chewbacca themed slippers that I love. The only problem of it is I usually only wear them in wintertime, and I could only find one of them.
Oh no.
So I right now, I know this sounds stupid. I'll go ahead and say it, if nothing else, so our guests can laugh. But I have been known to wear my one Mickey Mouse slipper that I can find, and my one Chewbacca slipper I can find.
So that's got to go up on Instagram.
I'm gonna, if I could. Well, let's put it this way. I might put that on my Instagram feed, and I'll probably have to share it with the podcast Instagram feed, because you know what? Because every once in a while, you just have to say, "Darn it, my feet are cold." You just don't care. I hope to get at least some kind of a Disney branded shirt, and I've been known to wear, get like Disney sweatshirt or even pajamas. Yeah, I'll wear Disney pajamas. They're warm. It's just it's one of those things. I mean, I do like getting some of Disney T-shirts and stuff like that, because I don't wear them just in the park. I wear them every day. It's kind of one of the benefits of what I do, and it's kind of cool. But also, I actually have not looked at the Parks app yet, to see the Park shopping app, to see if there's any park specific stuff. Although I am kind of piqued and interested in some of the 45th anniversary type stuff that they have now. I'm kind of looking forward to looking through that as well. What other items? I mean, did you happen to see any other really cool items in the 45th anniversary section of the Park shopping app?
I was just gonna step up before I do that. For back to Small World, a couple things they have a lot of things, especially for women, I had noticed. And they also have an Alice in Wonderland signature puzzle, 1,000 pieces. It's actually very colorful for $19.99. It's a really good deal. I really enjoy that one. Let's see, they have the pin for It's a Small World. I told you about the drawstring bag. That was $21.99. They have a couple T-shirts, but they have a collage crossbody purse. They've got the Dooney and Burke purse. They've got a wristlet Dooney and Burke. Let's see. The big bag, the crossbody is $198. The big bag is $248. The wristlet is $98.
What are these? You're saying those are 45th anniversary Doonies or Small World Doonies?
45th anniversary.
Oh, don't tell my wife.
All right, then I won't put the picture up on. I was gonna show you it.
Of course, she may watch this,
but maybe it'll be after that
later. That's the one bad part about doing a podcast, is that I know my wife listens to it. So I gotta kind of watch what I say. I love my wife. Let me just go ahead and say that right now.
Let's see. I'm gonna go over into their holiday. They have a lot of nutcrackers. They have the Santa Nutcracker of Mickey. They've got the Mickey Toy Soldier Nutcracker.
I wonder if that's the same Nutcracker they have at the last scene of Carousel of Progress.
I'm sure.
I think I really would. I mean, I would really love to get a nutcracker like that, and then actually get some nuts to actually try to use it as a nutcracker. I mean, that would actually be really, really cool.
They're pretty reasonable. I mean, they're $54. Yes,
Okay.
$54. Now this one is $350. And the reason it is so expensive is because it stands at 36 inches.
Oh my gosh, that's a big nutcracker.
Yeah, so it's at 3 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of nuts are you going to crack with that? I mean, are you talking like walnuts that are?
I think that's more decoration.
No, no, no. Come on, you spend that much on a nutcracker, you're going to at least try one walnut.
Well, I think maybe, but like the 54.95 one for any of the different colors they have stands at 4.75 inches.
Whoa, wait, 4.75 inches.
Yep.
That's my screen. That's smaller than.
Hold on. That might be the width.
Oh,
Yeah, that was the width.
oh,
It
okay, that makes
stands
sense.
at 13.85 inches.
Ah, okay, so just over a foot. Okay, that makes sense. I'm thinking to myself,
About a
wow.
pound.
So,
Yeah.
so it's like that's gonna be it's only $50. That's actually smaller than the screen.
Well, I'll show you the difference. The $54 one, that's about 1.5 pounds. The 36-inch one weighs about almost 18 pounds.
Wow,
Not
wow.
a toy, decorative item only.
Is that what it says?
Yep.
Well, it says not a
They
toy,
all say
but
it.
so does that mean you can't actually crack nuts
I
with
think you can
it?
crack nuts with it, though. I would assume so.
I mean, because okay, let's face it. There's going to be one kid out there that's going to be like, it's a nutcracker. Give me a nut. And somebody's going to go up and say, okay, here, Sonny, go ahead and see what happens. And they're going to put it in Mickey's mouth. They're going to lay down an arm and go, something bad's going to happen. Either that, or they're going to take a piece of Lego from one of the aforementioned Lego sets and put it in there and try to, let's have to see what happens there, if you know what I'm saying.
They also have a delicious Disney holiday cookbooks by Disney chefs with Pam Brandon. That's going for $14.95. They have a Christmas CD. It's called Disney Jingle Bell Fun Holiday CD. $6.98. It's got the old school Mickey on it, which is really, really cool. They have the train from Disney World. I think it's a Disney World one.
Cool.
That is going for $129.99.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, they actually have a Hilton head ornament. That's really cool. That's nice.
Cool. Well,
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, going back to the cookbook, I'll be honest with you. You might think that getting a cookbook for Christmas is kind of maybe lame, but I'll tell you right now, you find that for a Disney fan, and they're gonna thank you, because they're gonna find something in there, and they're gonna try to make it, and it's gonna come out good, and it's gonna that food, that flavor, the senses are all gonna take them right back to where they were, and they enjoyed a great meal at one of the places in Disney World. And we've got several of those cookbooks, and I'll be honest with you, just go for it. That's worth it. Seriously, that's a great gift. And they're not that, and a lot of those recipes are not hard to make.
Yeah, that was definitely all. That looked to me, I couldn't see the inside of the book, but it seemed like it was going to be all the sweet treats, cookies, cupcakes, things along that. But sticking with the food, they also offer a lot of the Christmas cookie set for Santa. For if you want, leave carrots for the reindeer, cookies for Santa, milk. They have a tablecloth. They have a table runner. They've got an oven mitt. They've got the mugs, other plates. They also are selling the Friends Holiday Band for. Now, here's the thing, though. This is the Christmas band for your Magic Band. The style I'm looking at on the Shop Disney app looks like it's going to fit the old one, not the new one.
So it's going to be the first generation.
Yeah, be careful with that. They have a really cool apron. Now, I know we're talking a lot of Christmas, though. They do have Hanukkah stuff for all our Jewish friends out there.
Okay.
Looks like they have a nice pin. They have an ornament. They have a wall hanging, like, not a wreath, like a banner almost. They've got a cookie plate, they've got a mug, they've got a wine glass. So, it's not only all Christmas. And if you're non-denominational, they have things that say Happy Holidays on them. It doesn't have to say Merry Christmas on it. I'm looking at one cookie set. It's Pluto dressed up as a reindeer pulling Mickey and Minnie in a sleigh, and it says, "Warm wishes this winter."
That's kind of nice. That's nice.
Yeah, something different, and that's something maybe you can keep out all winter, maybe through New Year or whatever the case is, if you don't want to, only have it for Christmas. They've got the old school Mickey and Minnie countdown calendar for like the actual blocks where you turn them, how many days away you are for Christmas. They do have pajamas, Chris.
Yeah. Pajamas. One of the things that I saw the other day, they actually have a DVD set that is like a Disney themed Yule log, video that you could put in, and supposedly it has like they call it magic shots, like when you hear cracking of the fire, it'll like pop up like Mickey shaped fireworks or something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
I think that actually is kind of cool because let's face it, I mean, I always wanted a fireplace, but I never wanted to have to deal with it. So this is just something kind of fun, I think, having the background while we're playing a game or something like that, or because we do a lot of that as a family around the Christmas break. We play different games and things like that.
It's funny you say that because my parents always wanted a fireplace, and they finally got one. Like over the summer, they finally built it, and actually tomorrow night's show when we go live. My sister and my brother-in-law are taking over my room, so I'm moving my little podcast studio downstairs for the night, and my backdrop will be our fireplace.
Yeah.
So you will get to see what I'm talking about tomorrow.
That's night. Pretty cool. So, and I don't know if Disney has this, but this is one of those things where if you could find it secondhand, and go ahead and grab it. And this is really cool. We have a set of holiday plates, Disney holiday plates, that each one is like, it tells a verse of the poem A Night Before Christmas.
Oh, that's cool.
And so we place them all around our dining room table for our Christmas meal, and goes ahead and tells the whole Night Before Christmas story. It's kind of cool.
That is really, really cool. If you wanted to touch on the 45th anniversary real quick, I'm actually a little surprised. They only have about 20 things listed, and a lot of it's just clothing and nonsense, in my opinion. A lot of clothing. They have a couple magnets, some keychains. They do have a Magic Kingdom 45th anniversary 1,000-piece puzzle that is going for $19.99. The one thing that really caught my eye was they have a Magic Kingdom 45th anniversary coin.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
From the Highland Mint. It's certified, limited edition, and that is going for $50 even. Comes in a nice little box, something different. There's probably people that do a lot of collecting of those kinds of things, and that'd actually be a nice collector's item. Oh yeah, I used to collect coins like it was nobody's business, and my grandfather got me into it. And then one day I decided to just sell all my coins.
Oh,
bought my car, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what remember, was it not last year? Maybe it was even last year too, the year before, it was Doc McStuffins. That was working for the industry I work in. I remember watching on the Facebook post people freaking out like, oh my God, we got to get this. And I remember watching them just go down the belt, and I'm like, you overpaid. And you can tell like when they're coming from a store and when they're coming from a private shipper, from the way they obviously, because they're coming from a store, more than likely there's like 4 of the boxes inside one giant box. And then the outside of the box will say what it is. But when you see them coming down loose, it's kind of like, yeah, you paid someone on eBay probably about $200 more than what that item is actually worth. But you want to buy your kids what you want to buy them. I completely understand it.
Well, it's like when people were selling Frozen merchandise for multitudes more than what they were actually purchased for originally. That was just like pretty intense. I still couldn't believe that. And, I have a feeling that there's probably going to be several different items that are, on Disney's, web pages that are going to be like that. And I'm going to give everybody the biggest tip that they can possibly get. I know that we always try to hold out for things like free shipping and things like that. But if you see that one thing that, someone in your family really wants for Christmas, don't wait. Just get it. There have been plenty of times where we've messed up and we've waited a little bit too long, and all of a sudden it's kind of like, So
I want to piggyback on that real quick. Working in that industry, if you order anything after the 21st, no one will guarantee you shipping. We don't do it.
Yep.
I promise you, from working in the industry, without giving away too much information, because I'm not really sure the legality of what I can say and what I can't. There's times on Christmas Eve we have pallets full of things that never made it out. You can't, because and even as a shopper, as a consumer, you'll go on these sites. Amazon is really bad for it. I love Amazon, but they're terrible at this. It'll be the 23rd, and we guarantee it by the 25th. Well, no, you don't, because no one works on the 25th. So you can't guarantee that you're going to get it. And that's the one bad part about my industry. Like Chris, now, say on Christmas Eve, around 9 o'clock, you might be sitting, around the TV or sitting at the table talking, having a meal. I act as Santa Claus. I've literally gone up where people are like a typical storybook picture. You walk up, it's snowing, there's a family sitting in front of the fireplace, they're all having a good time playing a game, and here I come knocking on the door, and you always get the grumpy old man that comes, who's knocking at the door at 9 o'clock on Christmas Eve? And then as soon as they open the door, it's like, oh, my son's gift, thank you. And I'm like, yeah, I hate you all.
Yeah, it's so be nice to your letter carriers, your mail carriers, your package carriers, just be nice to them, because they don't have any control on anything until it gets into their truck.
Yeah. And honestly, the biggest tip, like Chris said, and I'll say it again, just order in advance. You don't wait until the 15th to start your Christmas shopping. Really go out there. And you might have to pay a little bit more. And I would never tell you not to buy online, because that keeps me employed. But there comes a certain point where online shopping, you just can't do it anymore. You have to go to a brick and mortar.
Yep. I'm already half done with my shopping.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Smart.
And by the time this episode actually airs, I will probably be 75% done with my shopping. Because, it's just one of those things.
Get it out of the way. You can enjoy the holiday season so much more.
Oh, I try. Because, the thing is, I will tell you this. What will eventually happen is that I will see, a little thing here and there for my kids or other family members, and I'll go ahead and get those little things. And I'm also in charge of stocking stuffers for everybody.
That's fun.
So it is, but every year I always try to do something different. I always try to have a different theme for stocking stuffers, and it kind of becomes a little bit harder and harder to do. So I will also tell you this, is that for those of you who are actually shopping online, do yourself a favor. Figure out a plan to be able to keep track of the things that you purchase, along with when they arrive, or if they have arrived, I should say. Because I placed an order from a particular store, and I purchased a number of items from this particular store. To date, I've received most of the order, and each item was in a separate box.
Oh.
All I have to say is this: free shipping.
Yeah.
But why it was like that, the problem of it is that where I'm coming from is that I'm having to track the order, much more closely, because, usually if you get something in one big box, you're like, oh, cool, it's all in the box, I can hide it in the box.
Yeah.
Type of thing. But no, now I have to figure out what I have, compare it with the purchase, receipt that I have, and keep track. I already know that 2 things are on back order. Supposed to get them sometime first week of December. We'll see how that goes. that sort of thing. Keep track of it so that you know that you don't accidentally lose it. Watch your email. Check your spam folder just to make sure something doesn't accidentally slip into a spam, that some kind of notification from either a shipper or from a company that you bought from. I think Disney does a really good job. Disney, especially DisneyStore.com, does a really good job with a lot of their notifications. I know that my wife tracks where a package is and stuff like that. So, and I'm sure a lot of other places, Amazon does it, Best Buy does it. You name it, there's ways to basically track your package. Just do that. Keep an eye on it. If you can have someone pick up your packages, if no one's going to be home, type of thing, try to arrange that. We don't want to have anybody have, deliveries being taken off of someone's porch. Try to just try to be conscientious. What I usually do is I try to order something and knowing that I will actually be home, automatically, so I don't have to worry about it. But you can do it. A little bit of preparation. Some of the things we talked about. There's a lot of great deals on Disney stuff. Whether it be from DisneyStore.com, the Disney Parks app, the Disney Store, stores, and if you have one nearby. All I gotta say is this: if they don't have it, I'm sure that everybody gets shipments. Everybody out there gets shipments a lot these days around the holidays. Just be nice to the cast members that are helping you, because they're working their tails off, and they may not necessarily know exactly what's in the back. So if it takes them a few extra minutes to help find you something, hopefully they'll be able to win that out for you. But if not, just be understandable and realize that it's the busiest time of the year. So thank your cast members, thank everybody else that you shop with, and if they make your holiday a little bit brighter by finding you that special gift, hey, the best thing you can do, talk to their supervisor, talk to their team lead, and just tell them, hey, this person really went out of their way for me. Thank you so much for having a good team member on your hands, or a good cast member. So just kind of take that in consideration. It does make a big difference. And, just go ahead and do that.
I think we're going to retouch on this probably later in December to find out what is really flying off the shelves. And, you guys can always follow us on Facebook or Twitter, and we'll always put out something, if Moana takes off running and things are starting to fly off the shelf, just come check our show out, and we'll definitely give you the heads up. To step away from Disney itself for 1 second, the one thing I've noticed that really has been flying off the shelves and where people have already said is sold out is the Nintendo. Did you see that? The old school Nintendo they released?
Oh, yes. It's an old school Nintendo. It's like an all encompassing one.
Yeah.
It's like all the old school games on it.
It's gone. You can't find them. You can.
You'll find them on eBay for twice as much as what you normally would have paid for.
Oh, yeah. Like even some of the Facebook groups I follow for local garage sales and everything, there's some stuff out there that I had no idea. These egg things.
Hatchimals.
Oh my goodness, people are going crazy for these things.
I saw a picture of somebody today that he was second in line for a Hatchimal at his local Target store. And I guess the store was getting 2 of them today. And so the person that was in front of him was getting the first one. He was getting the second one. And it's like he was there, I guess, before the sun came up.
Oh.
And he's like, it's not even Black Friday yet. It's not even near Thanksgiving yet. And I'm already doing this. And, all I got to say is, dude, I salute you.
Yeah. God, I'm not doing that. Nope.
I've done that. I've done stuff like that. I have, oh gosh, 1 year, and I will go into a funny story. 1 year, I stood in line at Menards for like 2 hours before it opened. My wife stood across the street at Home Depot for 2 hours. And the funny part about it is that I was looking for a couple, specific items at Menards. like a week
What is
before.
Menards, by the way?
Oh, I'm sorry. Menards is it's kind of like a Home Depot. It's uh it's kind of like it's a big old hardware store. They've
Okay.
got everything for your home improvements, everything. It's very much like
Home Depot, Lowe's, that type
yeah,
of.
very similar. Um, I got to remember it's some of these things not everybody knows about. So I'm getting some things out of their catalog that I was shopping for, mainly shopping for other people. My week before this happened, like our microwave totally completely died. And so like the day before Thanksgiving, we go to Home Depot. We saw that they were going to have this one microwave on a Black Friday special for like it was like either $69 or $79. And we looked at it, we're like, yeah, that'll do. They have like 6 of them here. Yeah, okay, fine. So she goes across the street and she's talking with a whole bunch of people there. They're waiting for different, other doorbuster type specials. And they were so nice to her. They're like, okay, we're going to make sure that you get one of the microwaves. And they're like, if you need any help getting into the back of your truck, you just let us know.
That's awesome.
It was really pretty cool. I also want to tell you another funny story. This is also going back to some things that are available at Disney. They also have like the Beauty and Beast tea cart out there. It's like Belle's tea cart, and it's kind of portrayed in the story and stuff like that. It's really pretty cute, and it's like $40 or something like that. Well, the other day I went to the Disney store to drop something off, and as I'm waiting by the box office, that's their term for the cash registers. I'm just kind of standing there, and I got a Disney jacket on and everything else. And this little girl pushed the cart over, and she looks at me and she goes, "Hi, would you like to have a cup of tea with me?"
Oh my God.
I looked at her and I said, "Oh, hi, sweetheart. Thank you so much for asking. Not right now, but I really appreciate you asking me, and I hope you have a great day." She goes, "Okay." And then she takes the cart and just continues pushing it through the aisles of the Disney store. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was absolutely hilarious. And so that there is definitely a market for some cool stuff like that, because you've got kids that really just want to be enthralled by that, and I think that's really cool. I mean, it was so adorable to have someone come up to me. I don't work there or anything like that. I guess I'm a nice, approachable kind of guy, and but I just thought that was kind of cool. And obviously, I'm thinking to myself, Mom is like standing right over there, and I'm thinking to myself, if you don't get this, you're gonna have a very disappointed little girl in your hands. So, and so. But I just thought that was kind of cool. I mean, you can get obviously our store had it. I don't know if they have any more. I'm just going to say that as a disclaimer right now. But I thought that was kind of cool. You could also get it online. But man, it's like you see your kids playing with stuff like that, and that just puts a smile on their face. I think that's part of it. You want to see them. You want to put a smile on their face, something that they're really going to enjoy. But also, one thing I've learned, and one I'm still learning as a parent, one thing I really try to do is I also try to get stuff that I can enjoy with my kids. I know that, I want to try to play with my kids. Now, granted, my kids are a little bit older, so the term play is a little bit different, if my son gets a video game, I'm going to enjoy it with him. I'm going to have some fun with it. If it's something that my daughter gets, like a card game or something like that, I'm going to play game with her and stuff, or a movie. We'll all watch the movie together. Try to do stuff with your family, with the things that you get, and just enjoy the holidays with them. Make those memories like you would at the parks. Put a little bit of Disney in every day that you're with them. And just make it what it is. Make it one of the best times that you can have with your family. And it's something I'm really going to strive to do. I'm taking some time off around the holidays, and by golly, I'm gonna enjoy it with my family. So
you lucky dog. I envy you.
So,
all right, Chris. Well, I think that we've hit on a lot, and I definitely think that it's a good start. So everybody who's listening to this, obviously live, thank you for tuning in. If you're listening to this during Black Friday, I'm hoping you're staying warm, hoping the lines aren't too long. No fighting. There's plenty to go around.
There's no Cabbage Patch Kids though this year, so don't worry about
That's
it.
true. I'm sure there's a TV that people are gonna get into a fight in Walmart over. There's gonna be plenty of videos on the news. So guys, just keep your tempers down. Enjoy the holidays. I know it could be extremely stressful, but go get your Disney gifts and check back in on our Facebook and our Twitter to find out, what are the hot releases coming out through December. And I'm sure that we will be talking about this subject later in the month of December. So Chris, any final words for everybody?
I being that this is kind of around the time of Thanksgiving, I just want to say thank you to our guests. Thanks for being a part of our family. And by all means, we really hope that you have an enjoyable holiday weekend. Have a good time shopping, being with family, being with friends. And by all means, I'm sure that we will spend a lot of time together in the next few months where we will just continue to be thankful to be together. So have a great time.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Whether you're listening to this now, if it's a day later or whenever, I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Christmas season is right around the corner, so we all have a lot to be thankful for. And once again, like Chris said, we both thank you very much for being a part of our family here on BTEP. So with that being said, guys, just make sure we rate and review the show on iTunes. Head on over to our Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Then you can get these updates live, for live updates when we are going on the air. So with that being said, guys, thank you all once again for tuning into another episode of Behind the Ears Podcast. I am Danny, and I am signing out.
And I'm Chris, and I'm signing off as well. Thanks again for joining us, and have a magical day. Take care, everybody.